Hey, today I want to talk to you about a word I made up last night as I was journaling, and it's Apolo-splaining. It's like apologize explaining, and I am an over-explainer. I know that over-explaining is a defense mechanism, but this really, it just came out of me. I'm gonna read. I have it right here. I'm gonna read what I wrote. Part of me feels the need to make a video apollo-splaining myself for creating a Patreon page. Now, yes, I have a Patreon page. It's mostly guided meditation videos and some, opportunities for group healing, and I'll link it below. But it's been a really wild ride getting to the point where I could put it out, and I'm recognizing that anytime we level up, anytime we go over a threshold in business, the first thing we're going to run into over that threshold is fear, right? Leveling up is always scary. It's scary as a business owner, but I'm feeling like Apollo-splaining is something that's not talked about enough. It's not talked about enough in business. It's not talked about enough as a woman in business. But that's what I want to talk about today. Like, I feel like my audience are the business owners or the creators, or the artists who are so good and so talented, but like feeling like when they look around, everybody else is so confident and just putting their stuff out. And yeah, look at me. And they feel like, oh my gosh, I could never do that. And also, and this is the key, if I did, what would people think of me? Would they think that I'm some smarmy, scammy person who's just full of myself? I don't want to be that. So let me go ahead and try to solve for the variable of other people being like, who does she think she is? Or, oh, you put that out, but it's really not that good. But yay, you. That's cute. So it's like, that's my people. And I wrote a little bit more, I guess, about it. This was, when I journal, it mostly comes through me from spirit, but this kind of felt like a mixed bag. But I wrote Apollo-splaining, like it was just like, bleh. And then I was like, let me define that. So Apollo-splaining, it's a defense mechanism where you explain why you're doing a thing or living your life or making a thing that's dear to your heart and want to share it with the world. It means assuming everyone will wonder why you're bothering to make that thing and judging for it, so then you Apollo-splain yourself in advance to head off their judgment or pity. Now, I was saying this is kind of an insidious thing that pops up in business and any kind of art creation. I feel like it's especially true for women because, it's like, God forbid you look too confident. You don't want to look too confident, but you also, want to make sure that you put yourself out there. And like, I feel like Apollo-splaining is this kind of like happy medium. I definitely feel myself doing this, like with the Patreon page, because there's a part of me that definitely wants to be out here like, hey guys, I made a Patreon page, but like, please don't get the idea that like, I am just some kind of influencer now. Like, I'm a content creator. Like, I'm still me. I'm still the one who's gonna sit with you in trauma recovery. I'm still the one who's gonna be quiet and meditative and do these things and be in session, work in my office and do one-on-one sessions and so like, please don't, I'm not trying to like get too big for my britches and all these things, like I feel like I have to like everything I say has to come with like many asterisks and PS. I'm not like I'm not what it seems I might be by making this thing, and it's just such bullshit. And I'm like, why do I feel the need to talk about this specifically? Because it's not talked about enough, right? Like, how many of us are struggling with this in silence, in the confines of our own heart, and thinking that we're the only ones. Another way this comes through in business that's, again, insidious, especially, again, for women, is like this, and I've always struggled with this, having a full and complete personality and being a full and complete human. Because, for instance, like, I'm a Reiki practitioner, and that's quiet, intimate work. The trauma recovery work that I do, it's so gentle and calm and peaceful and deep, right? Like, we're deepening into that yin nervous system re-regulation. That happens slowly, and there's slow health there, and I can get there so easily, and I can do that work. It's my comfort zone. But then I also, like, I'm not this all the time. Like, I also am just a giant fucking goofball. And I joke that, like, half my personality is like a sentient car dealership balloon. And, like, how do I do that? How do I be that? How do I share that with the world while also be taken seriously as quiet yin trauma recovery lady? That's where a lot of my desire, Spirit was on my ass last night. I kept saying, I feel the need, I'm writing it down, I feel the need to explain myself. She's like, girl, it is not food and water. Stop calling it a need. It is a desire, and it is you. That's a you problem. I love her. Anyway, I feel the desire to Apolo-splain myself for being a dork, or for, just anything that I can do, any kind of, like, hey, like, I'm really good at my job, like, anything I can do to be taken seriously, both as a full-fledged human being and also a quiet trauma recovery specialist who records guided meditations that are actually pretty freaking good because, again, they're channeled from Spirit. I'm just the mouthpiece. So yeah, Apolo-splaining. It's a thing. Yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. I am really interested in opening up a conversation around this, the needs we feel to provide safety to ourselves in relationships as individuals and also as business owners and as creators. I keep saying creator, and I don't think of myself as that necessarily. Yes, this is a new realm that I'm stepping into with more YouTube and Patreon and things like that. But it's super uncomfortable because then what are you then? An influencer? Like a content creator? Like, and there's, like, I say it like that with this, like, because even I have trouble taking it seriously. I have trouble taking the work seriously, myself seriously, other people who do this work seriously, where there's, like, a stigma attached to it, and that just creates a need for more Apolo-splaining. So yeah, thank you. I hope that you have a great day. I would love to respond to your comments. Anything that you want to chime in on would be amazing. Thanks for joining me in my nest of pillows. I'll see you soon.